I've had a few experiences in just clinical practice where patients have indicated that they'd prefer to see a male practitioner.
You might have someone who wants to see sort of a more, they call it more senior optometrist, which tends to be code word for, a male.
A fairly recent graduate worked there and I was working there, and somebody who decided they really wanted to see a man. So I said, go for it. I'd been working there for years. I knew a lot more than he did.
Fundamentally, it's about diversity, not just about gender. Just so much around how we constantly behave in a way we're expected to behave. And when we don't behave in that way, we get called out for being female or hysterical, or just somebody just turns the tap off and doesn't listen to you anymore.
I absolutely love fashion, I love shoes, but I have had to think carefully about my wardrobe just to maintain my posture. So for me, that's meant that I've had to adopt a wardrobe of trousers.
The area that's not represented so well by women is practice ownership.
I feel like there's not as many women in leadership or ownership roles.
My career goals were just completely ignored, and I was even told by this woman, I just want to make it easier for you because you're pregnant, you don't have to work as hard. I did not know my rights around it, and I was absolutely being bullied.
To embrace diversity in all of its forms is particularly important in terms of family responsibilities, which do tend to fall much more so onto women than onto men.
I do worry about the timing of certain aspects of my career and how having family might not align with that. And I sometimes think, if I was a man, this wouldn't be something that I would really think a lot about.
I know that some women probably feel pressured to go back to work too quickly post having children.
There could be more balance and flexibility in our profession to sort of support the people who want that work-life balance.
Everything I read tells me that women still do the bulk of the household chores. We need to recognise that.
Being able to be the mother that I want to be, but also being able to maintain my professional reputation, all of those sorts of things has certainly been quite a big challenge throughout the years, and it does leave you very tired.
I think that we should be celebrating that we have so many more women in the profession today.
Our cultural spread has changed. It was very white Anglo-Saxon male.
I remember being at a conference, and for the very first time I went into the women's toilets and there was a queue, and I looked around at the assembled throng and said, looks as though the takeover's going very well.
I'd give the advice that my mother gave me, which is that you can do anything you want to. The tricky bit is figuring out what that is. So try lots of things and don't let people stop you trying.
Don't doubt your self-worth just because you identify as female, and don't let others do that either.
I think it's so important that we play our own game, and also as women that we support each other to succeed. You don't need to be big and loud to be powerful.
Women can empower each other, we can help each other overcome these biases, and together we are making progress.
We are in this unique position where we do have this insight, and bringing more diversity through in whatever form that takes is critical to the next step.
This International Women's Day, I would wish to see more young female leaders right across our profession.
This International Women's Day, it's important that we just keep stirring the pot.
In a nutshell, it's representation on boards.
I would like if women could just be treated as any other professional within the community.
We've just heard from some amazing leaders, and they happen to be female. This International Women's Day is the start of a conversation we want to have with you over the next 12 months. We want to break the bias by getting a real picture of the challenges that you might be facing in your workplace. We also want to celebrate your achievements while understanding some of the challenges. Most importantly, what we really want to do is work with you to support the ever-increasingly feminised optometry profession. So throughout the year, we're going to be sharing some case studies and some learnings. And, I thought I'd like to join the conversation. I know that lots of people think that by the time you get to be a CEO, the hard stuff goes away. Well, sadly, gender bias just doesn't go away. And I'm sure there's many a day in my CEO career when I've thought, that wouldn't have happened to me if I was a bloke. As females, we're often judged if we stay quiet and equally judged if we speak up. So I kind of figure we need to speak up, and we really want to hear your voice. What we'd like to do is have you share your thoughts very openly and very honestly in a short survey. Optometry Australia is really excited by this initiative. We want to hear your voice, and most importantly, we want to work with you to drive change.